What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel where we go over everything about health, carnivore, keto, and just about anything. Now, I'm 55 going on 56, and I thought I would talk about our unrealistic expectations of our body because a lot of people don't understand you're not just going to do a diet and then get the business. That's not how things work. It really comes down to the individual damage that you've already created to your body. So the last weeks of me working on this challenge, I'm studying a lot about what nutrients are in foods. Why are people not absorbing things like vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, iodine for their thyroid? What teas are they drinking? What poor quality foods are they eating? Or what type of phytic acid, foods that are high in phytic acid that can rob your body of minerals? A lot of people that I coach are having thyroid issues. This is a major problem with people having the inability to lose weight. And people who are very thin in videos will go and say, "Hey, go and just, prime, eat as much as you want. You're not eating carbs, so your insulin's going to drop, the weight's going to melt off." And then when it doesn't happen to that individual, they don't understand why. A lot of people have underlying thyroid issues they're not aware of, or they'll have leptin signaling issues. So, leptin is made in the fat cells and it's going to tell your body, "Hey, body, stop storing fat and stop being so friggin' hungry." People develop a lot of food addictions while trying to reach this body of success. Now, a big part of the reason why I have been able to maintain lower body fat as I'm going into the menopause in my mid 50s is because I have never overeaten. I have never had any food addictions. It was more easy for me to try a ketogenic diet after my mom was diagnosed with a glioblastoma than most people. I don't like for food to be sort of like enslave me into I have to eat it. I don't feel right. I'm emotional, so I want to binge on these foods because they pacify me. Learning more and more about how the body functions, it becomes so easy. It's like right in front of my face what needs to happen next. For example, I've done some videos about electrolyte imbalances. A lot of people do not recognize those symptoms and they're tortured doing carnivore. They are feeling nauseous, they don't have a good workout because your cells are not getting enough sodium, potassium balance. Especially with potassium, muscles have a difficulty to contract, and you are minimizing your ability to even build muscle or drop weight just on the fact that your body's not in balance, right? There is no just do this diet or do a ketogenic diet and eat a bunch of fat and you're going to get into ketosis and voila, you're wonderful. When I first did the ketogenic diet, people are like, "This is it. You're using ketones. Ketones are units of fat from your body that you're using as energy, right? Because it's very, very difficult to access body fat to burn. Once fat goes in those cells, for whatever reason, thyroid, high blood sugar, insulin, whatever, the cells do not want to release those triglycerides back out as glucose or ketones to burn because we're constantly driven under stress. Even though you don't think that you're stressed, the way you sit, the way you breathe, the way you stand, the way you sleep, and the lack of vitamin D or a bunch of stuff is all catering to the fact that you're not having success within your own physical body. So the expectations on carnivore are to fix my leaking gut, drop a bunch of weight, get my energy back, fix my autoimmunity. And when it doesn't happen, people are left with not knowing what to do. This is why I'm here. I'm here to let you know that if anything in life is easy, you're probably being lied to. Anything that you're trying to reach to have success must take a lot of consistency and discipline because you have to do a lot of n equals 1 experimentation to match your goals. Unfortunately, today, people who are getting older are typically on HRTs. And I know people have a hard time understanding this, but hormone replacement therapies are being handed out by läkare, which means doctors in Swedish, all day. Here, take some cream, take some pellets, take some this, take some that, constantly injectables. And this is also the crisis of the thyroid. The testing is horrible. A lot of people will test that their thyroid is normal because a lot of endocrinologists are not factoring in that Americans specifically, and now the world really, are taking a healthy thyroid, which really in reality is a low functioning thyroid, which is why you're not losing weight when you do carnivore. The expectations are always unrealistic when I do these consultations. And you guys know that I'm working on this challenge, and this is a part of me gathering enough information and trying to quantify everything in a simple language for everybody who's doing any type of diet to understand what's going on with my body. Why is it that Stephanie has the business and a lot of people are struggling trying to keep their health in check, their sleep in check? Women are going through all types of estrogen dominance and weight gain once they hit menopause. Men go through menopause. And this, my people, is a massive, massive, how should I say this? Kind of like illness of the modern society. In reality, our bodies are designed to be used constantly, but we don't use our body. We sit, we work all day. A lot of people have desk jobs. And then our food quality, even the food that you find at the supermarkets, is such low value because preservatives that they put in the food that the animal ate, all types of things in your aged meats like your bacons and your bolognas and your salamis and all of this, the cheeses, all of these are such low quality beyond just it being aged or being a cheese, which is a mold, but also the fact that they're adding a lot of stuff to it that you wouldn't find in the ingredients with the same type of like foods in Europe because they're not allowed to do all of that. So these toxins can create such a stress on the body that if you're doing beef, butter, and bacon, all of these can give you massive histamine responses because you're going to be eating these foods in bulk and all day and every day. Whereas if you were eating the standard American diet, you would pick up anything at any moment, right? So which diet is actually better? Because the expectations of carnivore to eat beef, butter, and bacon, or to, this is, and I'm not picking on any one person out there explaining to eat those foods. This is like anyone. This is just a rule of thumb. If the food quality is poor, so is your body's responses to get better. You can't escape it. You will never escape that. It's like I was explaining on yesterday's video about blood sugar. If your blood sugar is running high, you cannot lose weight. You just can't. I don't care. I don't care how little food you eat. I don't care how many ice baths that you take trying to access brown fat. I don't care how much HIIT training you do or fasting. If your blood sugar starts to rebound and you start going down a cortisol pathway of stress, the body will not cooperate. And that is the reason why doctors are like, well, you're not hitting your goal. Here's some HRTs. We'll put it in the form of Tic Tacs. They look like little Tic Tacs you just plop in, and women might feel a little bit of relief at first, or men. And then all of a sudden, because you have to be a good responder, right? If you're taking TRT as a man and you're not a good responder, just because you're taking testosterone does not mean you're going to build muscle. And women just taking, because the doctors are giving you testosterone exogenously, does not mean you're going to start building muscle and dropping body fat. If it were that easy, everybody would just look amazing. It's like the whole cardio revolution that people were doing so much cardio in the 80s, and none of these people ended up being extremely healthy and lean. So we don't really understand weight loss, weight on a scale. You could be losing muscle. And if you're losing muscle, it's over. You can't just, if you lose muscle, your immune system goes, meh, right? The immune system tanks, your energy levels tank, your sleep tanks, but you weigh less on a scale. And that's why people in the comment section of like, oh, I lost 60 pounds. I'm always worried about like, what else did you lose endocrine wise? Because most people don't talk about that. Now I want to go, not today, but I'm going to go over a lot of the comments that I get because they're amazing, where people are saying, I did the carnivore diet and I was wrecked. I had to stop, right? So the initial understanding of the carnivore diet is like tossed because so many other people make it look so easy that are online, and it's not easy at all. And I will always say that in videos because I consult so many people with unrealistic expectations, and then their health tanks exponentially. And then I'm the one to clean it up because I'm the one who's looking for the truth, not the easy way, but the hard way and the real way and the way that takes time for you to grow as a human being. We need to stop shortcutting life and take our lumps, take every second of stress and endure all the pain to get to the goal that you had to because you had to go through the rough times to get to the good times. Without pain, you cannot have joy. You have to have hope for something because you went through something difficult. Now, do we want to go through things difficult like ruining our gut wall and taking and being stuck on pharmacological interventions for your thyroid or whatever health issues that you're dealing with? Do we want to be stuck on that? Do we want people to take Accutane and antibiotics and be stuck on like toxic multivitamin pills and elixirs? No. Being on pills and elixirs and supplements and medications is so normal now that people are afraid to go off, especially SSRIs. Once you go on antidepressant medication, it's like almost impossible to go off. We have unrealistic expectations. The reason why I was able to build muscle at this age is because I've been building muscle since the day I started working out. And before I started working out with weights, I was a pro skateboarder, right? Being able to manage your muscles, manage your body fat. I mean, it's diffused light, you can't really see, but being able to manage your health is so difficult, right? If you guys are not consistent. So I've been very consistent. People are like, you've never been fat. Well, I've never been fat, but I've been on crutches for 4 years. I cannot run today or jump or lunge or use any of these lower body muscles in my legs to stay at a low body fat at 55 going on 56. This comes from consistency and the like. I will not cheat. I will not. When I go to a restaurant, I'm so annoying because I don't care. If I go to a party, I don't care that everybody's eating junk. It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I feel almost superhuman that I'm able to access real food today and love every bite that I have this. So like being able to get grass-fed beef or pastured pork or pastured duck eggs or goose eggs or chicken eggs. This to me is like being as rich as possible in nutrition. That junk food just looks like slave food to me. It literally does. And you become a slave to your addictions to it. So the expectations of a carnivore diet are beyond measure. People keep doing it to lose weight. It's not about weight loss. It's about fixing your health, using it for a short-term strategy, then getting off. Because ain't nobody want to just sit and eat meat and nothing else or some fat for the rest of their life. No, nobody does. If they do it, it's very dogmatic. People become stuck to one thing. Now, I'm doing a ketogenic diet and I've been doing it for a long time. I don't want to eat processed carbohydrates because I know that that's not good for me. I developed a fructose intolerance. So the Frankenstein fruit of today, my body's like, we're not good. We are not good with this Frankenstein fruit. We're not. So it's very, very important that you guys understand the purpose of whatever dietary measure that you're doing without it being something that's trending. Carnivore will die. And the true people who want to use it as a methodology to improve their health, they're going to learn how to do it the right way. And that's the same thing with a ketogenic diet. Some people can't do keto and carnivore. They can't. Their gallbladder's so jacked up. Their blood sugar is so jacked up. They can't do it. So don't force these diets where you're eating 2 pounds of beef because you heard that's what you're supposed to do. Maybe you're the person that's got high uric acid problems and urea and purines, and you can't, and you're wrecking your kidneys eating all that protein, and you're dehydrating yourself on the way. So the body expectations are horrible because we see people online, and you guys don't even have the eyes to look to understand what being HRTs and testosterone looks like. Because I'm going to show you. Okay, I want to show you a little video as well of what I saw. This guy that I watch, More Plates, More Dates. I really love this guy. He's very, very intelligent. I mean, he's pushing his industry of bodybuilding to the next level, just sort of exposing the truth because he's so intelligent. It's hard for people to argue with him. So let me pull up this video, and it's just a short little. It's literally a YouTube short. Him explaining the bodybuilders, the unrealistic expectations that they have within that community. So let me pull this video up and listen to this because it hit me hard, and I hope that it hits you guys.
People have physiques, because I think a lot of unrealistic standards are being put out there by people in the industry that walk around with 200 total T's who are natural, that maintain these absurdly low body fat percentages, and then also guys who are on steroids and are very forthcoming or not forthcoming about them using it.
Why would that make? So I'll give you a counter argument. They're lazy.
Okay, so put it this way: you thought the Hugh Jackman 2001 physique was great. Ask anyone in the fitness industry if that was good. They'd be like, that guy's skinny fat. Yeah, not kidding.
So that's very interesting. He's saying that Hugh Jackman in the first, what was that film he just said, where he's playing a Wolverine. In that film, he was considered not muscular, not lean. So now today in 2023, the expectations to be shredded that are just like the bodies that we see in these movies is just, it's a joke. And women don't understand that women are also taking very low dose testosterone or hormones to have a little bit of muscle or to look lean, and it's the unspoken, but it's bleeding into like a carnivore diet where people are trying to do these diets. People are trying to do these diets and expecting to get lean and to lose weight and to look super healthy. And, you know, if they've got skin laxicity and it's not taut anymore, it's not tight, then they're expecting that their skin's going to tighten up after all the weight loss. And then there's no one to pick up that, you know, sort of untruth that was told to you, told to you so many times. For example, the fasting world, that there's so many unrealistic expectations for people who are intermittent fasting that they'll lose weight on a scale, then their endocrine system will get all jacked and their body starts going into gluconeogenesis. They start getting dark circles under their eyes. They start to having crepey skin around their knees, around their belly, around their neck because of fasting too much too often. And not that it's a vanity thing, but it is a reflection of what's happening to you on the inside of your body. And that's the whole point. Let me pull up, I'm going to pull up another, give you guys some images that you guys can also kind of, come on, Steph, remove this image. They give you guys a more clear understanding of what I see that a lot of you guys don't see in your quest to get lean or healthy doing a carnivore diet. So I'm going to go, like I said, and pull up another image, which I think is really impactful. So let me enlarge this as the horses are like telling me they're hungry. They start banging and making noises outside when they're hungry. So you see this woman here. Let me see if I can pull her up more. Okay. This woman is 64 years of age. This one right here to the right of my screen that I'm blowing up. But what a lot of women don't know, she is loaded on HRTs. This is not a natural body. And I mean, she could be taking other type of pharmacological interventions that I won't mention on YouTube because they're so sketchy about mentioning medications that people take to get that lean. But there's a few different types to get that lean that a lot of women are taking that the average woman doesn't understand, right? She's 10 times leaner than I am, and she's 64, and she has muscle. So this is the reason why she is not natty. This is not how the body works. People get very confused. Let's take this granny here. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. She's loaded on testosterone. If I can find the before picture of her, she's just really flabby. You cannot achieve this body at this age, even if you're someone like me. I'm not going to attain that much muscularity and that leanness unless I take an exogenous thing. So, again, people's body expectations are so subjective, right? Here she is here. I mean, this is not someone who's natural whatsoever. But if we go, oh, here's the before picture of her. You see that? My people, you see that? So what you guys don't understand is that this woman here has created so much metabolic damage over time that if she did a carnivore diet and fasted, she would never turn into this picture here. Come on, computer, work with me. She would not turn into her after picture where you see the triceps just popping. This is manufactured body. This is not a real body. This body that she's damaged over time, now that's a real woman's body. You see this? She's very estrogen dominant. She's postmenopause. Her body's not producing testosterone. So she's not going to attain this muscle unless she takes some little plop, plop, fizz, fizz. That's what you guys don't understand. See, I will never allow my body to turn into her before body. It will never look like that. So I will already have, 100-meter dash in front of her of having my body do what it needs to do, because I'm not wrecking my adrenal system, right? Where my sex hormones are still going to be produced. And doing a carnivore diet is not going to give me muscle, my people. It's other things like protecting my adrenal system and balancing my blood sugar. So check out the video I did yesterday all about understanding what your blood sugar looks like, because you're not going to lose weight unless you naturally, okay, the operative word is naturally, unless you get that blood sugar under control. So as you can see right here, she has already created the damage to her body. So she can lean out, but she's not going to have muscle. She's not going to have testosterone, and her adrenals are burnt, and her ovaries are burnt. She might get a little muscularity, but it'd be very, very little in comparison to her after picture. So I get a lot of women who are trying to do carnivore expecting these crazy expectations. That's a big no. So let me see here. Pull up some other images. Now here's an image of 3 men. These are Asian men. This is beautiful. Okay. These are a little older men. They're probably in their late 60s, mid to late 60s. Let me get this image up properly. And these men right here, that's realistic. He's got a little bit of pecs. He's got some delts, little diamond cuts. The stomach's a little flabby and lax. We've got this other one where he's lifting up his arms so you can see his abs more easily. See if I can get this image. My computer is not cooperating. Perhaps it's because I have too many. But you can see the last guy here, the older dude. He also has, these men have, like, to me, the most supreme bodies over this granny, because they're real. They're real expectations. And this is what real hard work can present for people who are aging. Some of these other things they're just awful. Like this man right here, he's juiced to the 9. He's got the aromatization of his nipples, which, that happens when you take too much testosterone. Men have to remove the glands so they don't start lactating. But this image right here is just so telling that she's on stuff. And what I want you guys to understand is that it doesn't matter if it's in the bodybuilder world or it's in the carnivore world, you can never, and I mean never, do these diets. She's way more yoked than I am, right? She's more yoked than I am. We have to be realistic about fixing our gut, getting sleep, following a circadian rhythm, fixing our posture, breathing properly, sleeping properly, getting really high quality food, knowing the timing of your food, getting vitamin D, because that's a huge problem with people in their expectations of going on to carnivore, is that they're eating a bunch of beef and ground beef and steaks. And of course, they're not grass fed. and then the body's just not doing what you thought or somebody told you it would do. These people are not in ketosis. The blood sugar goes, and first people lose weight, then they start going through gluconeogenesis, then they start gaining weight, and they start aging rapidly on a carnivore diet. I hope this helps. Somebody said yesterday, well, if you have blood sugar issues, what do you do? Because I did a whole blood sugar thing. And I'm like, you have to eat every couple of hours, right? Because you have damaged the ability to regulate your blood sugar in the middle here. And now it's up and then it's down and then it's up and it's down. So you have to eat small meals throughout the day. Now, in nature, would you need to do that? No. But when you damage your metabolism as a modern human, all that hunter gatherer, like getting into ice baths and cryotherapy and fasting goes out the door, because now you have adrenal issues, right? Now you have thyroid issues. Now you have blood sugar issues. Now you have insulin issues and sleep issues and toxic exposure and Wi-Fi, and all those little parts matter. Every one of them absolutely matters when it comes to improving your health. All right, guys. So the answer to try to balance your blood sugar is high quality food, go to bed early, get your electrolytes on point, fleet corrected, toss the crappy electrolyte products. Okay. You try to get your health in a bottle, it's never going to work. And learn about your individual health, your individual connection to your own body, because just because what your neighbor's experiencing or your best friend or your kid or your uncle or the person at work, that has nothing to do with you. 0%. So it doesn't matter that I'm fit, right? Because I am strict as full luck, right? I'm like, I go to the gym 6 days a week and I don't even need to, right? My diet is push. That's why I got the energy. And I love it. I get more high off of the watching my body stay thanking me and keeping me strong and young over that 20 minutes of gorging on something during the holidays, going through the guilt and damaging more of your body through advanced glycation end product. I hope this video serves you well, that you can achieve your goals. They have to be realistic goals without having to take anything or jump on some stupid diet or fasting. You can achieve your goals, but just understand a realistic goal for yourself and understand what health means to you in your individual body. Because if you take HRTs, they damage your gut wall. They're really not good for your liver. They can create secondary health issues that a lot of people aren't talking about. And people are taking them even in this tiny little town I'm in. I'm like, that older man, that woman, that older man. And now the physical body expectations are jacked up. This is the reason why people do a carnivore diet or keto diet. They don't hit their goal. And then they're like, what happened? Everybody said it'd be so easy. Life should never be easy. It should be discipline and learn a lot and self-control. And then you'll hit your goal. All right, guys, if you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. Get ready for the challenge. The signups are not ready yet. People go, where do I sign up? I'm like, I'm telling you in the video, no signups yet. I'm still working on this shite. It'll be done soon. It'll be epic. I'm covering all 3 diets, not just carnivore, but keto, carnivore. So if you're going to do carnivore, how to do it without injuring yourself, and low carb, high fat. And it will not be on a social media platform. It'll be on my website, stephanieperson.com. Also, my website is open for consultations if you need to speak to me directly, or if you want to sign up for my course, which is different from the challenge. That's also through stephanieperson.com. And I'm out. Peace. Energy. I'm so excited about life. It's so cool, even though things are so weird. Things are weird right now. Let me tell you right now.